For centuries, we have modeled the universe as a collection of physical things. We observe stars, planets, and heavy concrete structures, and we assume reality consists of solid matter and tangible energy. Under this classical view, the second law of thermodynamics tells a very specific story. It states that all matter is locked in an inevitable slide towards disorder and decay. Theoretical physics increasingly treats a different substrate as the true foundation. At the deepest level, the universe appears to be constructed out of informational states, rather than solid physical matter. Viewing reality as pure information changes how we see entropy. It is no longer a force of destruction, but a map of the possible configurations available to the system. This animation represents an absolute state space, a concept we can call the registry. It holds every possible unarticulated configuration the universe could ever take. Entropy measures how tightly these informational possibilities are constrained, or how widely they are distributed across the entire grid. To understand how our specific reality emerges from this mathematical space, we have to isolate its boundaries and examine the two absolute extremes. Entropy provides the structural freedom for any specific universe to exist. It is the foundational architecture that determines what can be expressed. This is pole A, 100% entropy, perfect informational symmetry. Because every state is equally likely, nothing stands out, resulting in absolute loss of contrast. Opposite is pole B, 0% entropy. Here, every piece of information is rigidly specified, creating total determinism. At this pole, the system is completely saturated. Because everything is fixed, there is no openness left and no structural freedom. This creates a mathematical paradox. When information is completely saturated, distinctions collapse. If everything is rigid, nothing stands out. Total mathematical order and total mathematical chaos both result in a featureless void. In either extreme, the lack of contrast makes experience impossible. If both extremes yield a void, the physical universe must exist somewhere else. This axis maps the space between extremes. All observable reality, stars, planets, biology, the flow of time, exists strictly within this gradient zone. Physical form is a local deviation from pure symmetry, a specific patterned irregularity standing out against the background. The lived universe is an active dance held in the tension between total openness and total closure. It is a localized asymmetry within the registry. Because entropy is a statistical measurement, it depends entirely on how we choose to group and model information. A state only becomes defined when it is measured relative to a specific framework. Every measurement is an act of registration. By choosing a model to view the data, we isolate specific patterns within the larger possibility space. This registration reduces uncertainty, forcing a specific, stabilized universe to emerge from the pure potential of the registry. Reality is a cooperative loop. The infinite possibilities of the registry require a registration process to collapse that potential into a specific, articulated structure. To register a state, the system must know its own configuration. If the universe is a registry of informational states, then the foundation of reality is a field of self-knowledge. Human consciousness is the universe sensing its own entropy. We are the local instances of this registration process becoming aware of its own patterns. Every physical sensation and thought is the lived experience of an informational constraint. When you feel a texture or see a color, you are registering a specific deviation from pure symmetry. Consciousness is the infinite registry of the universe, temporarily exploring its own possible configurations. Through our awareness, the singularity experiences its own beautiful asymmetry.